Hello everyone, this is the Omegalage, and I want to talk about a subject that a lot of people have strong opinions on, and that is the topic of free will, and do we have it or not. Now I know this is a sensitive topic that causes people to lash out, usually in negative ways. I would ask that you would hold off your comments until the end of this, to the end, because this is something I've been thinking about for a while now, and keep in mind this is just my thoughts on the matter, which I don't think warrants breaking out the torches and pitchforks. Now that being said, some will say we do, while others say we do not. As for me, this is something I've been thinking about, and the way I see it, it's a little bit of both. Let me explain. I do believe we have free will. However, depending on our situation, it is limited, as well as hampered by other people's free will. Take, for example, someone coming home to their townhouse from a long day's work. All they want to do is take their shoes off and sit on the couch and watch some TV. Then suddenly they hear their neighbor playing loud music, and that ruins their R&R. Now that person didn't want loud music. It was not their will to play any kind of music. It was their neighbor's will to play loud music. Now, some might say that is proof that we don't have free will. I would argue that it's the other way around. We have a scenario where two people are making different choices for themselves. One is choosing to be quiet, while the other is choosing to be loud and annoying. Both are making choices that neither one was forced to make. Now, some might say if someone pointed a gun to someone's head, then you have no choice but to comply. Well, I guess if you want to live, but you could still say no. Sure, it might end in your death, but you could still say no. Now wait a minute, Omegalage. What if terrorists blow up a building with people inside? They had no choice at all. Well, yeah, the people inside the building had no choice. However, the terrorists still had a choice. It's just that terrorists chose poorly. Look, when I hear people talk about how we have no choice, I think these are just people who are salty because nothing in their life has gone right. And in some cases, it is due to events outside of their control. And yes, there are things that we have no control of. That's true. However, we can control how we respond to those situations. Yes, there will always be people and situations that we have no control, no choice in. Those situations suck. However, to say we have no free will because of this one bad thing that happened in our lives is ridiculous. And the reality is that some folks are brave enough to own up to their choices, while others would rather blame other things for their misfortune. And I think I've said this in my Millennials Hate is Getting Petty video, that you can blame half your problems on other things, but you can't blame all of it. Some of the problems in our lives are self-inflicted. I know people don't like to hear that, but I do feel there is some truth to it. Anyway, I could go on and keep coming up with examples about how our free will has limits, or in certain situations we have no choice at all. However, in the end, I do believe we have free will. I just think humans have a tendency to blame other things for when life doesn't go their way. And sometimes it is justified and sometimes it isn't. Anywho, if you like my content, subscribe and share the video. Also give my books a look at. I will leave a link below, and if I don't, play my other videos have links. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back.